Good morning. Welcome to Morning Special. 여러분 안녕하세요. 1월 31일 금요일 최수진의 Morning Special입니다. Kimchi, bibimbap, tteokbokki. These are just a few of our dishes that have captivated palates across the world. And seeing or hearing about them in other countries is certainly a source of great pride. Well, adding to this, a special type of Korean cuisine now has made it to the curriculum of arguably the world's best cooking school, Le Cordon Bleu. 네, 세계 3대 요리 학교인 르 코르동 블루 런던 분교에 한국 사찰 음식을 가르치는 강의가 정규 편성됩니다. 르 코르동 블루는 프랑스에 본교가 있는 세계적인 요리 학교인데요. 대한불교조계종 한국불교문화사업단장인 원경 스님은 그간 특강 형태로 사찰 음식 강의를 진행한 경우는 한두 번 있었지만 정규 과정에 편성된 것은 이번이 처음이라고 강조했습니다. 뿐만 아니라 9월 미국 뉴욕에서는 템플 스테이 및 사찰 음식 현지 홍보 행사를 열고 대만과 싱가포르에서 열리는 국제 관광 박람회에 참여해 현지인과 기업을 대상으로 한국 템플 스테이를 알릴 예정이라고 하네요. Well, great food always tastes greater when shared with others. That's what they say here, and I have to agree. With that in mind, let me give you today's quiz question. It's related to the opening, in fact. Temple food is highly sought after by people who eat only vegetables. Now, these people are known as what? 1번 vegetarians, 2번 humanitarians, 3번 veterinarians. 네. 사찰 음식은 이런 분들에게 특히 인기다. 이런 퀴즈가 되겠습니다. 채소만 드시는 분들 뭐라고 부를까요? 1번 다시 드리겠습니다. 1번 vegetarians, 2번 humanitarians, 3번 veterinarians. 청취자 여러분의 많은 참여 기다리고 있습니다. 퀴즈 정답 보내주신 분들 중에 추첨을 통해서 총 5분께 준비한 상품 보내드리도록 하겠습니다. 여러분의 소식과 소감 그리고 방송 중 궁금한 질문 있으시면 보내주시고요. 반디 게시판 무료로 이용할 수 있습니다. 네. 짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원의 샵 1045도 많이 이용해 주시고요. Well, let's kick off today's show with the one and only Steve, who's sitting right beside me. Good morning, Steve.
Je veux étudier à la Cordon Bleu.
Really?
Someday.
Oh.
Do you know what
Okay.
I said?
I think you said I want to study at the Cordon Bleu.
I do want to study at Le Cordon Bleu. Well done.
Yes.
Nice one.
Well, j'ai étudié le français for many years.
Tu parles en français un peu, oui?
But I'm very bad at it. as
Me
you can
too.
see.
I
Yes.
forget all of it.
Yeah, if you don't use it, you forget.
Oh, I've always kind of wanted to go to cooking school.
Yeah, me too.
You too?
Yeah. It's been one of those things that's just in my mind, but I've never actually been able to do it.
I've heard, though, that professional chefs say if you want to become a great chef, you don't need to go to cooking school.
No?
You need to work in a restaurant. And that's where you learn. You start at the bottom,
Yeah.
you work in a kitchen, you start
Right.
washing dishes, and you learn how a kitchen works, and then you learn from the chefs above
Exactly, because every great chef has had that period in his life where he or she did nothing but wash dishes.
you. Yeah, exactly.
And mop the floor.
Yep.
You know,
That's
and they
what-
start right from there.
That's what they say. You have to start at the bottom because that's how you get to know the ins and outs of a restaurant. You get to know
the ins and outs.
There it
That's a
is
good one.
already. Ins and outs. You get to know everything about it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But what's ironic is that once you become a top chef, you don't cook anymore.
Oh, yeah, because you order the chefs below you.
You run the kitchen, right? Anyway,
Right.
that's really cool that they're going to be doing this. Well, they'll be teaching temple food at Le Cordon Bleu.
Yeah, at the London base of the Cordon Bleu, because they have these schools all around the world. They're going to have a formal course on temple food.
Oh, that's
Korean temple food.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I've never done the temple stay before. I've seen the advertisements. People can go and stay, and I've talked to people who did it. You wake up very early in the morning and you help out around the temple. It's a very peaceful journey, I've heard.
I've heard that too.
Yeah.
I wonder if any of our listeners have taken part.
I wonder. Anyway, to answer back, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning to our
you
listeners.
too.
It's Friday today.
It's the last day of January too.
Oh, wow. That's right. I didn't notice that. That means tomorrow we kick off a brand new month of
right.
2020. We're already finished with 1/12 of 2020.
I can't believe it.
I know.
Wow. Let us know how you're spending the very last day of January 2020. And of course, send in the answer to the quiz today. But, fun things aside, it is still a serious situation here with the spread of the coronavirus.
It is, yes. And it might be a good weekend perhaps to avoid crowds and stay inside just to be safe. Better to be safe than sorry,
Definitely.
as we say, right?
Well, prevention is key, so let's go over a basic guideline issued by the government. This is the National Infection Prevention Guidelines, 국민 감염 예방 행동 수칙. 지금 영어와 한글로 읽어드리도록 하겠습니다.
We've been covering them the last couple of days, and we'll do it today as well because
Sure.
it's good to be reminded, that's for sure. So wear a mask when you are showing respiratory symptoms such as coughing, especially when you are going outdoors and to medical centers.
기침 등 호흡기 증상이 있을 경우 마스크 착용, 특히 외출하거나 의료기관 방문 시 착용.
Please wash your hands for at least 30 seconds and as often as possible.
흐르는 물에 30초 이상 자주 손 씻기.
Do not touch your eyes, nose, or mouth.
눈, 코, 입 만지지 않기.
If you do not have a mask, cough or sneeze into your sleeve, and please make sure that your mouth and nose are fully covered.
마스크가 없으면 기침이나 재채기 할 때 옷 소매로 입과 코 가리기.
Inform medical staff if you have recently traveled overseas.
해외 여행력을 의료진에 알리기.
If you have a fever or are showing respiratory symptoms like a cough or a sore throat within 14 days of returning from China, especially the Hubei province and more specifically Wuhan, call the Disease Control Center at 1339. Please visit a selected healthcare center first and make sure to inform medical staff of your overseas trip.
후베이성, 우한시를 포함해서 등 중국 여행 후 14일 이내 발열 또는 호흡기 증상, 기침, 인후통 등이 발생할 경우 질병관리본부 콜센터 1339로 문의, 선별진료소를 우선 방문, 의료진에게 반드시 해외 여행력 알리기. 네, 이상으로 Guidelines, 국민 감염 예방 행동 수칙 읽어드렸습니다. With that said, let's go over the headlines. 네, 헤드라인 살펴보는
With Tibet confirming its first cases of the novel coronavirus, the deadly pathogen has officially spread to all regions of mainland China.
신종 코로나 바이러스 감염증이 청정 지역으로 여겨졌던 티베트를 포함해 중국 전역으로 퍼졌습니다.
The European Parliament has ratified the UK-EU withdrawal agreement.
유럽의회가 영국의 유럽연합 탈퇴 협정을 비준했습니다.
The European Union reportedly wants to create a single market in data aimed at challenging the dominance of U.S. tech giants such as Facebook, Google, and Amazon.
유럽연합이 미국의 페이스북, 구글, 아마존 등 IT 대기업들에 맞서기 위해 데이터 단일 시장을 추진하고 나섰습니다.
Teen climate activist Greta Thunberg has said she will hinder persons or companies trying to use her name for commercial purposes.
환경소녀 그레타 툰베리가 자신의 이름의 상표 등록을 출원해 취지에 어긋난 상업화를 막겠다고 밝혔습니다. Let me first apologize. I forgot we were going to do that read there, and I thought we were going right into the headlines.
No
네, 제가
problem.
잠시 좀 착각을 했습니다. 자, 그러면 이제 진짜 본격적으로 헤드라인 한번 살펴보죠.
Headline number one today with Tibet confirming its first cases of the novel coronavirus. The deadly pathogen has officially spread to all regions of mainland China.
신종 코로나 바이러스 감염증이 청정 지역으로 여겨졌던 티베트를 포함해 중국 전역으로 퍼졌습니다.
Tibet has temporarily suspended the operation of all of its scenic attractions to tourists over concerns regarding the spread of the novel coronavirus. And in line with Tibet's second level emergency response, the move serves as part of the region's efforts to avoid gatherings of tourists and cross infections to effectively block the spread of the virus in Tibet. Given Tibet's plateau climate and weak healthcare conditions, visitors who insist on traveling to the region, if you insist on going there, you will be isolated for a 14-day medical observation, and you will have to pay for all of those expenses by yourself. One more quick note. For people who have already purchased tickets for scenic spots in Tibet and wish to cancel your trip or cancel their trip, local authorities should handle their refund request free of charge.
아, 그렇군요. 혹시 이제 티베트 여행 계획이 있으셨던 분들은 수수료 없이 취소를 할 수 있다라는 소식까지 지금 스티브 선생님이 알려주셨는데 티베트에서도 코로나 바이러스 확진자가 나옴으로 인해서 이제 중국의 모든 지역에 코로나 바이러스 확진자가 발생했습니다. 지금까지 누적 사망자는 170명 정도라고 합니다. 이 숫자가 이제 계속 올라가고 있어요. 그리고 확진자 숫자는 어젯밤 기준으로는 7,700여 명이라고 했는데 오늘 아침에 외신에서 보니까 8,000명이 넘어섰다. 이렇게 얘기를 하더라고요. 이제 확진자는 전 세계의 수치고 사망자는 중국 안에만 있습니다. 중국 외의 지역에서 사망자가 발생한 건은 없습니다. 자, 그리고 진원지인 이제 후베이 성에서만 사망자가 160여 명이라고 합니다.
Now outnumbering SARS, right, in terms of the number of infections, although not as deadly. And now countries around the world, 15 other countries, the infections have spread there. The Philippines Department of Health confirmed their first imported novel coronavirus. And over in the United States, the first human-to-human transmission of coronavirus has been confirmed. That was in Chicago.
Right. Now, at the epicenter of the coronavirus is Wuhan. And just right now, I have breaking news coming in. The chartered flight sent by the Foreign Ministry here in Korea has arrived back at Gimpo Airport. 367 people are on board, and I see lines of ambulances waiting outside the chartered plane, which has apparently just arrived a few minutes ago.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. 외교부의 그 전세기가요, 조금 전에 김포공항에 착륙했다는 속보가 지금 들어오고 있습니다. 우한 교민 367명을 실었다고 하고요. 일반 그 관광객들과 같은 통로를 쓰지는 않습니다. 그래서 이제 마주칠 일은 없을 것이고 지금 사진으로만 봤을 때 비행기 앞에 여러 대의 지금 구급차가 세워져 있는 것을 또 확인할 수 있습니다.
The WHO has now officially declared this coronavirus a global health emergency. They didn't do it in the beginning. They wanted to wait and see what new information would come out, but they met and they have now declared this a global health emergency as the cases have topped 8,000 around the world.
네, 그렇습니다. 역시 따끈따끈한 소식인데요. 우리 시간으로 오늘 새벽 WHO가 긴급위원회를 소집했어요. 그리고 거기서 신종 코로나 바이러스를 국제적 비상사태로 선포했습니다. 이로써 WHO가 국제적 비상사태로 선포한 6번째 바이러스가 되겠습니다.
I'm just looking at CNN right now. Updated news articles. Trinidad and Tobago will not be accepting travelers from China for 14 days. Italy is stopping air traffic with China as well. And we have been talking about it for the last couple of days that the UK and Australia and Korea and Singapore and New Zealand are expected to quarantine all evacuees for 2 weeks to monitor them for symptoms to avoid any contagion.
Another worrying news, I suppose, is human-to-human contact, and there have been some confirmed cases. Let's talk about the case in Korea first. Yesterday, 2 more people were confirmed with coronavirus. One of them had been to Wuhan.
The other had not.
The other had not. However, they had been in contact with the third person confirmed in Korea, who had apparently spent a few days in the Gangnam area and then came to the Ilsan area, although I read that this person stayed mostly at home in the Ilsan area because by that time they were already sick. And so they went directly to the hospital. But it was when they were in the Gangnam area, they went to lots of different restaurants. And one of the people, it wasn't like someone sitting in the same, on the same table. It was someone just quite far away, but within an area where you can be affected. And that person has been confirmed with the virus.
Most of the confirmed cases involve people who are either from Wuhan or had close contact with someone who had been there. There was a new study published by the Lancet Medical Journal, and it gives kind of a snapshot of 99 cases of this virus observed at the Wuhan hospital from the 1st of January to the 20th of January. I don't think we've talked about this yet, so let's just share a little bit of information. Of those 99 cases, 49 had been exposed to the seafood and animal market, believed to be at the center of the outbreak. The average age was 55.5 years, and most of the cases, 67, were men. The researchers said the infection appeared to be more likely, this is a quote, more likely to affect older males with additional medical conditions. Of the 99 cases, 51 suffered from a chronic condition that was mostly cardiovascular or cerebrovascular.
네, 그렇습니다. 지금 스티브 선생님이 알려주신 정보는 확진자들의 데이터를 놓고 어떤 이제 평균 수치를 낸 것인데요. 연령으로 보면은 평균 55.5세였다고 하고 67%가 남성이라고 합니다. 물론 이제 아주 어린 아이도 있다고 제가 들었습니다만 이제 평균적으로는 이제 이렇다라는 얘기가 되겠습니다. 그리고 앞서서 제가 말씀드린 것은 이제 사람 간 감염이 우리나라에서 확인이 됐고요. 미국에서도 확인이 됐고 일본에서도 확인이 됐다고 하는데 모두 다 지금 격리 치료받고 있습니다.
So those government guidelines that we're sharing with you at the beginning of the show, please do take those very seriously.
Absolutely. Okay, let's now move on to our second headline.
The European Parliament has ratified the UK-EU withdrawal agreement.
유럽의회가 영국의 유럽연합 탈퇴 협정을 비준했습니다.
So the president of the European Parliament, David Sassoli, announced the result of the vote with 621 in favor to 49 against, with 13 abstentions. And this vote ensures that the UK's 47 years of membership of the EU will now end at midnight Central European time on Friday.
네, 그렇습니다. 영국 현지 시간 31일 밤 11시부로 47년간 유지해오던 영국과 EU와의 관계가 사실상 끊어지는 것입니다. 하지만 이제 전환기라고 해서 올 연말까지는 이제 여러 가지 이제 협상이 이루어질 수 있는 그 기간이 주어집니다. They do have a transition period until the end of the year this year.
They do, and negotiations between the EU and the UK over the future relationship, they are due to start on the 3rd of March, and Ursula von der Leyen, who is the European Commission president, she was, well, it was emotional at times.
Yeah,
and there was
did you watch the video?
Lots of references to England's past. I mean, there was talk of Arthur Cockfield, who was a British commissioner in the 1980s, described as the father of the single market. Roy Jenkins was mentioned for his role in paving the way for the founding of the single currency. So it was emotional, and I think that they were upset that, someone wanted to leave in the first place. And I think true as well. It's true that they want to prevent this from happening in the future. Guy Verhofstadt, the former Prime Minister of Belgium, who led the parliament during much of the last 4 years, said that it's sad to see a country leaving that twice liberated us, that has twice given its blood to liberate Europe. I think in this debate we cannot escape a key question: how could this happen? Basically saying, let's not let this happen again.
A very moving scene at the end of this whole process. Most of the members of the European Parliament there, they all stood up, got out some pieces of paper and they started singing Auld Lang Syne. I was very moved.
Scottish song, right?
It's a Scottish song, yet very well known here in Korea as well. We sing it at the end of the year normally. It means, we're going to let the old times go and greet the new.
Start anew. Yeah, that's right. Well, Ms. von der Leyen said the EU was offering an unprecedented zero tariffs, zero quota deal, but she did suggest that Britain needed to align on basic standards for that to be achievable.
All right, we'll have to bulldoze through our next headlines, and we'll do that right now with another European Union-related story.
The European Union reportedly wants to create a single market in data aimed at challenging the dominance of U.S. tech giants such as Facebook, Google, and Amazon.
유럽연합이 미국의 페이스북, 구글, 아마존 등 IT 대기업들에 맞서기 위해 데이터 단일 시장을 추진하고 나섰습니다.
So this proposal, which includes reining in big online platforms, and it could still be tweaked, ahead of the presentation on February 19th, it underlines the EU's determination to break U.S. tech giants' stranglehold, what they describe as a stranglehold, on vast amounts of data and better compete with Chinese rivals. There was a 25-page document that also underlined the urgency of their task ahead, and by capitalizing on Europe's vast quantities of industrial and professional data and technological innovation, the bloc can surge ahead, according to the document.
네, 유럽에서 말하는 이 데이터 단일 시장은요. 우리가 보통 데이터 시장 하면은 떠오르는 몇몇 기업들이 있죠. 다 미국 기업입니다. 아마존, 구글, 페이스북. 그래서 이런 미국의 기업들에 맞서기 위해서 유럽도 경쟁력을 좀 키워야 되지 않겠느냐. 이런 데서 나온 얘기고요. 보통 단일 시장이라고 하면은 국가 간의 상거래가 굉장히 자유롭게 이루어지는 것을 말합니다. 이미 유럽 안에서의 여러 가지 여행이라든지 상거래가 지금 이루어지고 있습니다만 이제 데이터의 어떤 단일 시장도 만들자라고 하면서 이제 더 많은 공공 데이터를 유럽의 기업들에게 조만간 무료 개방하기로 했습니다. Leave that story there now and move on to our final headline.
Last headline this morning, teen climate activist Greta Thunberg has said she will hinder persons or companies trying to use her name for commercial purposes.
환경소녀 그레타 툰베리가 자신 이름의 상표 등록을 출원해 취지에 어긋난 상업화를 막겠다고 밝혔습니다.
She says that she is trademarking her name for the hashtag Fridays for Future movement to stop people from impersonating her. In 2018, of course, that's when her school strike drew into a global movement all around the world, right? Millions of people. But she said on Instagram that people had tried to sell products and collect money in the movement's name. This is what she said. My name and the hashtag Fridays for Future movement are constantly being used for commercial purposes without any consent whatsoever.
본인에게는 전혀 허락을 구하지 않고요. 그레타 툰베리가 만들어낸 이 Fridays for Future, 미래를 위한 금요일이라는 타이틀을 일종의 좀 악용하는 사례들이 있다고 합니다. 이 타이틀을 내걸고 그다음에 상업적으로 이제 이용하면서 모금합니다라고 한다든지 이렇게 해서 그레타 툰베리가 앞으로는 법적 조치를 취할 수 있도록 이렇게 상표 등록을 출연했다 이렇게 밝혔습니다.
I didn't know that people had been trying to impersonate her, though.
Really?
Pretending to be her
that's going too far.
in her words, in order to communicate with high-profile people and politicians and media and artists, and that's why she's taking this step.
그래요. 그레타 툰베리인 척하면서 활동하는 사람들도 심지어 있다고 하네요. Well, those are our headlines for this morning. Let's remind our listeners of the quiz.
Temple food is highly sought after by people who eat only vegetables. They are known as blank. Is it number 1, vegetarians, number 2, humanitarians, or number 3, veterinarians?
네, 계속해서 정답 보내주시고요. 총 5분께 추첨을 통해서 저자극 순한 비누 보내드리겠습니다. Love의 노래 듣고 올게요. This is Feelings. You're listening to Morning Special. It's a Friday and it's also February Eve, the last day of January
Yes, that's
2020.
right. You said that yesterday. I'll see you on February Eve. And you kind of caught me off guard with that, but you are right.
Because no one says that but me.
We are in the eve of February.
Indeed. 자, 사연 살펴보겠습니다. 남현정 님이요. 건강에도 좋고 친환경적인 사찰 음식이 세계에 많이 알려지고 인기 얻으면 좋겠어요 하셨습니다. It's good for you, it's good for the environment. I love temple food and I'm so glad it's getting global recognition, says our listener. Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
Are you a vegetarian?
I am not.
Neither am I.
I am
I don't know why.
carnivore, I suppose.
I find it, maybe it's the preparation, but maybe it's personal taste. I don't know, but I don't think I eat enough vegetables.
Yeah.
Because you have to peel them and cook them and boil them and prepare them in many ways. And when
Yeah.
you're busy and you're tired, you don't want to do that when you get home from work, right?
I understand what you mean. These days, I have been deliberately trying to reduce my meat intake and try to eat more vegetables and salads and stuff. But there are times when I just want meat,
Yeah.
and I can't help it. But I don't eat meat every single day. I do want to say that. So maybe I'm half vegetarian.
More vegetables was always a good thing, right?
All right, yes, indeed. 김석환님이요, 2020년 1월의 마지막 날 즐겁게 보내시길 바랍니다 하셨어요. Yes, absolutely. Have a fantastic last day of January.
Make it a good one, huh?
0314님, Good morning, 수진쌤, 스티브쌤, 모닝 스페셜 제작진 여러분. 벌써 금요일이군요. 모닝 스페셜과 힘차게 출발합니다. Yes, thank you for starting your day off with us. I'm always quite touched. Every single day, I've been doing this for, I don't know, a year and a half, almost 2 years now. And still, every day when I read these messages where people are saying, I wake up to morning special.
It's a huge compliment, isn't it?
It really is. Yeah, thank you so much. 8362님이요. 오늘 신입사원 연수 마지막 날입니다. 우리 동기들 배치 후 다들 화이팅! 힘내자 하셨어요. 굉장히 친해지셨을 것 같아요. 신입사원 연수. Do you know what this is?
신입사원 연수. Nope.
Okay. So 신입사원 is a rookie. It's a newcomer to a company.
Okay.
And 연수 is like a training period.
Okay.
So a lot of the big companies.
신입사원 연수 마지막 날이에요. That's a great feeling.
Yeah.
That period of time is finished and now you're an official employee of the company, right?
Exactly. And I understand some of these big companies, they have these 연수s where they go out to a remote area and they sort of get to know each other really well.
Okay.
And I understand sometimes romances blossom from this and friendships blossom from it. And it really helps to get started at any company when you know who you're starting off with.
I think that, does the 연수 refer to the period of time?
No.
It refers to the person?
This means the education that you receive.
Well, the period of time in English we refer to as a probation period. So when you start at a company and you work there for 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, it doesn't mean that you are guaranteed to be hired. That probation period is where the company is watching you and evaluating you
Right.
to see how you do.
I think this is a little bit different
Oh, is
because
it?
you're already in,
Okay,
but they're training you. So it's like a training period.
gotcha.
Yeah. Or writer says like an orientation. you might
I
say.
see.
네. 너무 신나시겠어요. 연습 마지막 날. 내일은 아니고 다음 주부터 이제 본격적으로 근무하시는 건가요? 모두 화이팅 하시길 바라겠습니다.
식사 사줘요. You have to, right?
To who?
The person who's celebrating today.
Yes. Me?
Isn't that what you... No, for us, for everybody.
okay.
Isn't that what you do when you celebrate something at work? Don't you buy everybody a nice meal?
I guess so, but I'm sure there are tons of people doing the same thing right now. Do you buy each other lunch?
Okay, well,
or-
first of all, I was joking.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't really expect a meal.
오케이. 네, 한턱 쏘시랍니다. 제가 너무 또 심각하게 받아들였네요. 김리원님, 안녕하세요. 벌써 거의 한 달 전에 댓글 남겼던 수원에서 영어 가르치는 땡주 선생님 기억나세요? 라고 보내주셨습니다. 제가 그 선생님의 사연에 소개된 매일 아침 모스 듣기 미션을 하고 있는 김리원입니다. 저희 반 미션 성공할 수 있게 행운의 여신 최수진 선생님이 허그워츠 반 화이팅이라고 해주세요. 행운의 남신 스티브 쌤도 같이요 하셨습니다. About a month ago, we introduced a message from a teacher who said that she gave out a mission to her students where they have to tune into Morning Special
Oh, okay.
every morning.
Yeah.
And this is one of the students.
Oh, very nice.
I think it's not a student, but like a mature age student from the gist of what I'm getting here.
Yeah.
And so they're saying, could you say 화이팅 to us? Their class name is Hogwarts.
Okay.
So yeah, Hogwarts 반 화이팅입니다.
Fighting!
네. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for your messages.
I remember when that message came in about the students' homework to listen to Morning Special. Yeah, that's nice.
It is. Well, we have 5 저자극 순환 비누 sets to give out during the first hour. Keep sending in your answers and your greetings. All right, let's go to our news focus stories now. 자, 그러면 첫 번째 뉴스 포커스 살펴보겠습니다. 옥스퍼드와 케임브리지 대학을 포함한 영국 명문대들이 저소득층 등 사회적 약자에 대한 문호를 넓히기로 했습니다. 그러나 대학 정원이 고정돼 있는 상황에서 저소득층 입학생을 늘리면 오히려 중산층 출신의 학생들이 역차별을 받을 수 있다는 지적이 나오고 있는데요. Let's listen to the story.
Top universities in England have promised to offer more places to disadvantaged students with the aim of halving the gap between disadvantaged and advantaged students over the next 5 years. At the moment, students from wealthier areas are 6 times more likely to go to a selective university. But a recent report outlines plans for cream of the crop universities to widen their access, which would mean 6,500 more disadvantaged students at these universities each year from 2024-2025. If the universities don't reach their targets by 2025, the schools may have to shell out.
네, 영국의 옥스퍼드와 케임브리지를 합쳐서 이제 옥스브리지라고 부르기도 합니다. 우리나라에서 뭐 소위 말하는 스카이랑 비슷한 그런 컨셉인데 어찌됐건 이제 이 학교들뿐만 아니라 영국에 있는 대학들 명문대에서 이제 저소득층을 위한 인원을 확보해라라는 뭐 교육부의 지침이 있었던 것 같아요. 그래서 이제 그렇게 하기로 했는데 문제는 정원은 그대로 두면서 저소득층의 입학 비율을 늘리면 오히려 중산층은 입학 기회가 많이 줄어들 수 있다. So the people in the middle, they might have to suffer because they might lose some of their spots.
I see. Well, I guess that's what they want to do is they want to make it fair for everyone, right?
Yeah.
Not just the advantaged students. And I don't know if this is true for the schools in the United States, the best of the best, Harvard, Yale, those types of places, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was the case.
The problem with Oxford and Cambridge, according to this article, is that they've decided not to increase the total number of students at the school, whereas some other schools, they have increased the total number. So they've increased the quota for the lesser privileged, and they've also increased the total number.
Which makes it, which means that nobody is going to suffer as a result. But if
Exactly.
you keep your student population, or at least the number of new students, at the same level, then if you're offering more advantages to certain groups, that means other groups are going to be disadvantaged too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so the cream of the crop universities, that's what we're talking about here. Well, the cream of the crop is the best of a group of something. We hope that you say when you listen to English radio shows that Morning Special is the cream of the crop.
I hope so.
Right? There's a French expression as well, since we were
Crème de la
talking about
crème.
yeah, crème de la crème, and it means best of the best. So
그렇습니다.
you can use that French expression in English as well because
Yeah.
it's so common that we know what it is, right?
Absolutely. 자, cream of the crop 그러면은 가장 좋은 것을 말합니다. 그래서 이제 불어식으로 말하면 crème de la crème인데 이거를 그냥 영어에서도 불어를 차용해서 쓰기도 해요. cream of the crop, crème de la crème, same thing.
Yep, exactly. So if you want to say, oh, this restaurant, you have to come to this restaurant with me. Oh, really? Is it good? Oh, it is la crème de la crème. Or you can say it is the cream of the crop.
Absolutely.
The best of the best.
그러니까 우리가 뭐 소위 말하는 뭐 명문대 우린 이런 표현 쓰거든요 한국에서는. 근데 그런 표현이 영어에는 없고 대신에 이제 cream of the crop라고 이 표현을 붙여서 cream of the crop universities라고 할 수 있겠네요.
Exactly. Now, if the universities do not meet this quota, or their goal or their target, they may have to shell out. They may have to pay a fine. Now, shell out doesn't mean to pay a fine, but it does mean to pay a lot of money, and it's usually a situation when you don't want to pay. So, for example, the first thing that came to mind for me, car repair.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody wants to pay a lot of money
So expensive.
for new tires or an oil change or something like that, but it's expensive. So if I asked you, oh, you took your car to the shop, you can say, yeah, I had to shell out 300,000 won for an oil change. So it implies, number one, it's expensive. Number two, I didn't want to pay that.
네, shell out 그러면은 돈을 이제 쏟아붓다라는 뜻이 되겠습니다. 그래서 굉장히 많은 돈을 낸다라는 의미인데 여기서는요, 나라에서 각 대학별로 저소득층의 인원을 늘려라, 늘리지 않을 경우에는 벌금을 내라라고 했기 때문에 대학의 입장에서는 돈을 쏟아부어야 될 것인데 벌금을 많이 낼 수도 있다. 그래서 이 방침에는 따르는 것입니다.
Nobody wants to pay a fine, right?
No, they don't.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on now to our second news focus story. 자, 바로 두 번째 뉴스 포커스 살펴보겠습니다. 도널드 트럼프 미국 대통령의 우크라이나 스캔들에 대한 상원의 탄핵 심리가 진행 중인 가운데 재판장을 맡은 존 로버츠 연방 대법원장의 역할을 놓고 설왕설래가 이어지고 있네요. Let's listen to the story.
Republicans and Democrats have been confident that Chief Justice John Roberts would not break a tie vote during U.S. President Donald Trump's impeachment trial. But ahead of Friday's widely anticipated showdown over whether to call new witnesses, the Senate is abuzz over the uncertainty of what happens if the chamber deadlocks and what Roberts might do in the event of a stalemate. The smart money, though, is on Roberts staying out of it, or GOP leaders muscling through a 51-49 vote that avoids placing responsibility for the course of the trial on Roberts. Because if the vote is tied, no matter what the Chief Justice does, it will be hotly debated for years to come.
Very interesting.
Get your popcorn ready, remember?
Especially because right now they hope that one particular person won't become a witness to this trial.
Yeah, that's right. And they're wondering how this vote would go because there are Republican senators who may vote for these witnesses to be called, right? And yeah, you're right. There is that one main witness that the Republicans seem not want to hear from, Mr. Bolton, right?
Right, absolutely. And so we will have to see how this goes. But in the case that, it is a sort of 50-50 vote or even 51-49 vote.
Chief Justice John Roberts will have to make a choice.
Yes.
He can break the tie or he can stay out of it. So let's cover that expression first. To stay out of something means to not get involved. So if you are having an argument with your friend and then your other friend says, hey guys, stop fighting, you can say, hey, stay out of it. And what that means is don't become involved. It's not your business. An easier example might be if you see something in the street, two people getting into some sort of altercation. Altercation means kind of like an argument or a fight. Then you might want to get involved and try to help someone, but other people might give you the advice, no, it's best to just stay out of it.
빠져있는 게 더 낫다. 끼어들지 않는 게 더 좋다라는 의미로 It's best to stay out of it 라고 얘기를 할 수 있겠습니다. 그러니까 지금 이제 존 로버츠 연방 대법원장이 어떤 개인의 입장을 밝힌다든지 이렇게 하지 않고 stay out of it 그냥 이렇게 좀 한 발 물러서서 아주 중립적인 입장으로 가는 게 제일 좋은데요. 지금 누구를 증인으로 세울 것이냐에 대한 투표가 만약에 50대 50으로 이렇게 나뉘게 되면은 그때는 어쩔 수 없이 연방 대법원장이 결정을 해야 되는 것입니다. 근데 상당히 난감한 자리에 지금 있기 때문에 이런 뉴스가 나오는 것 같아요.
But they say that the smart money says that Roberts will stay out of it. And smart money means it's what, if you were to make a bet, if you were to gamble money, then this would be the smart decision to make. This would be the smart bet to make on. That's what this expression means, smart money. So smart money says Roberts will stay out of it. It means that the majority of people think Roberts will stay out of it.
재밌는 표현이네요. 내기를 했을 때 더욱더 유력한 쪽을 이제 스마트 마니라고 표현을 한다고 합니다. 훨씬 가능성이 높은 아니면 사람들이 이럴 것이야라고 생각하는 거를 스마트 마니라고 하는 것입니다.
If Korea and Canada play soccer, who would you bet would win?
Korea.
Smart money says Korea will win. However, if Canada and Korea play ice hockey, who would you bet to win?
Yeah, I guess that would be Canada.
Smart money says Canada would probably win.
All right. Well, that was our second news focus story there. And we're now going to remind our listeners of the quiz.
Quiz question this morning. Temple food is highly sought after by people who eat only vegetables. They are known as blank. Number 1, vegetarians. Number 2, humanitarians. Or number 3, veterinarians.
네, 계속해서 정답 보내주시고요. 총 5분께 추첨을 통해서 저자극 순환 비누 보내드리겠습니다. 노래 듣고 올게요. This is Elvana featuring J. Cole. Only wanna give it to you. 자, 다음 뉴스 포커스입니다. 미국의 한 연구팀이 불을 끄고 버린 담배꽁초에서도 담배를 피울 때 나오는 니코틴 양의 최대 14% 등 유해 성분이 방출된다는 연구 결과를 발표했습니다. Let's listen to the story.
Cigarette butts pile up in parks, beaches, streets, and bus stops, places where all types of littering are frowned upon, and estimates are that over 5 trillion butts are generated by smokers each year worldwide. But a new study has found that a used butt, one that is cold to the touch, can in one day give off the equivalent of up to 14% of the nicotine that an actively burning cigarette emits. This is significant due to third-hand smoke, which comes from the chemical residue that stays on surfaces such as walls, furniture, hair, clothing, and toys after a cigarette has been extinguished. Like mainstream smoking and secondhand smoke, third-hand exposure can increase the risk of cancers and cause numerous other health problems.
네, 이 연구 결과에 따르면은 집에서 담배를 피우고 나서요, 담배꽁초를 뭐 한 일주일 정도 재떨이에다가 그냥 방치해 두면은 집 안에 있는 다른 비흡연자들이 니코틴에 노출될 가능성이 2배로 늘어날 수 있다고 합니다. 담배를 피고 있지 않아도.
It's scary, isn't
재떨이
it?
안에,
Yeah.
자동차 안에서도 마찬가지예요. 만약에 이제 아이들이 있다. 자동차 안에서 아이들 있을 때 당연히 담배 안 피잖아요. 그런데 차 안에 있는 재떨이에 담배꽁초가 남아 있으면 역시나 아이들이 이 니코틴에 노출이 된다고 합니다.
Yes, and this is important information to know, I think, because yes, those cigarette butts can still give off, isn't it shocking, 14% of the nicotine in up to one day, right? Yeah. So anyway, let's go over some of the expressions here. All types of littering is frowned upon, including cigarette butts, of course. Okay, frowned upon. This is a good expression. What it means is people don't like it when you do that.
Yeah.
If you do that, then people think about it. What's the opposite of a smile?
A frown.
A frown. So when you do something, people frown. Why do
Right.
they frown? Because they don't like it. So this is a soft way of saying people don't like that thing. So if you are getting a job at a company and you ask your manager, can I wear a t-shirt and jeans on Friday? Your manager may say, that's frowned upon.
아하, 그렇군요.
And what that means is, don't do that.
그래요.
Right? People don't like that. In other words, don't do that.
영어에는 이렇게 우회적인 표현이 참 많습니다. 우리가 미소는 입꼬리가 올라가는 거잖아요. frown은 입꼬리가 내려가는 겁니다. 그래서 be frowned upon 그러면은 뭔가 사람들이 볼 때 눈살을 찌푸린다, 입꼬리를 내린다. 그것은 별로 권장할 만한 게 아니다. 만약에 새 직장에 가서 다 정장 입고 다니는데 사장님, 저 내일 티랑 청바지 입고 와도 될까요? 이렇게 하면 이제 대놓고 안 돼라고 할 수도 있겠지만 그렇게 하지 않고 영어로 만약에 그것은 권장하지는 않는다. 좀 눈살을 찌푸릴 수도 있다. That's frowned upon 이라고 할 수 있겠죠?
I just like how you say 사장님. 사장님!
Because, yeah, well,
Are you
maybe
in
that's...
you're in a hurry. Yeah, you could ask your boss, oh, how about, can I go home like right at 6 o'clock? The contract says 9 to 6, right? So I can go right at 6? That's frowned upon.
아하, 그렇군요. Frowned upon. 아, 그렇게 하면 그러니까 완전히 안 된다라는 뜻은 아니고요. 그렇게 하면은 이제 다들 좀 눈살을 찌푸린다.
Yeah.
In Korean we say you cringe your eyes. It's the same thing though.
It's a physical response,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yes, and they found in this study that a cigarette butt, an old one, by the way, one that is cold to the touch, can in one day give off 14% of the nicotine. So cold to the touch. It's a weird way. It's weird, isn't it? It's a weird way of saying it's cold when you touch it.
Right. Yeah.
But we rearrange the words for some reason. I don't know why, but we do, to say cold to the touch.
And that means
It's cold when you touch it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what
Literally.
literally. It's a literal expression. Yeah, so
So
if
it means it's not been used right now. It's been off for a while.
exactly.
Yeah.
So another example would be if you're baking something or cooking something, right? And then you take it out of the oven, but you put your finger in the middle.
Yeah.
You say, it's cold to the
아,
touch.
손에 만졌을 때 차갑다라는 의미가
Yeah,
되겠습니다. Okay, well, vegetables are great when cold or hot. So what is the answer to the quiz?
Number 1, vegetarian is the answer.
그렇습니다. 채식주의자 1번이 정답이 되겠습니다. Congratulations 8534님, 0746님, 최윤식님, 8647님, 그리고 이현숙님. 이현숙님은요. 저도 이쪽으로 돌아서고 싶어요. 채식주의자가 되고 싶습니다. 고기의 유혹을 이기지 못하고 먹지 말아봐야지라고 다짐해도 어느 순간 제 손은 고기를 쌈에 포장하여 보이지 않게 입속으로 푸쉬 해줍니다. 고기의 유혹은 정말 달콤달콤해요. 손과 고기의 협공에 항상 넘어가는 저는 고기와 채소 모두 좋아한다고 결론에 도달합니다. I've tried many times to be a vegetarian, but my hand loves to go towards the meat. So I always give in to my hand.
Always give in to your wants and desires. Oh, that's funny. That's a good
That
one.
is all right. Well, Steve, what is today's expression?
Ins and outs. We talked about it when we were talking about chefs in a kitchen. It's good to start in the kitchen washing dishes so that you can learn the ins and outs of a restaurant. We had our listener earlier on in the show saying that they had gone through this orientation period,
Yeah.
right? And in the orientation period, what are you doing?
You're learning the ins and outs?
You're learning the ins and outs of the company. And what that means is you're learning all of the things that make the company work.
아, 그렇군요. ins and outs. 둘 다 복수로 쓰는데요. 이 뜻은 뭐냐면은 이 어떤 상황에 대한 모든 것. 그러니까 만약에 셰프가 되기 위해서는 요리만 잘해야 되는 게 아니라 설거지도 잘해야 되고 뭐 어떤 것이 청결한지도 알아야 되고 뭐 이런 모든 것을 포함해서 ins and outs라고 하면 됩니다.
And maybe after you get a little experience in the company, someone else younger comes in to learn the ins and outs.
Yeah.
You can say, come here, young person, I'll teach you the ins and outs. Except don't say young person. That's frowned upon.
Very clever. Well, thank you so much, Steve, for that.
You're welcome. Have a great Friday, everybody. And I'll see you for the Saturday review show.
Yes, indeed. Okay, taking us into hour 2 now is Coldplay, Viva la Vida. 이 노래 듣고요. 저는 2부에 다시 오겠습니다.